Every chart you have ever looked at shows you volume the same way. A row of bars along the bottom, one bar for each candle. That is volume by time. How much traded in this hour, and this hour, and this one. It is useful, but it hides the single most important thing. It never tells you at what price all of that trading actually happened. Volume profile takes that idea and rotates it 90 degrees. Instead of volume by time along the bottom, you get volume by price up the side. A horizontal histogram with one bar for every price level. The longer the bar, the more size changed hands at that exact price. And that one change turns a chart into a map. It shows you the prices where the real business got done. Those are the levels the whole market remembers and reacts to. This is a cornerstone of order flow and market profile trading, and it is built right into Noroview. Let me show you. I am on a 1-hour Bitcoin chart here on Kraken with plain candles. Down at the bottom is the ordinary volume indicator, volume by time. Now open indicators, up in the top bar, go across to the advanced tab, and right at the bottom of the list, volume profile. Add to chart. Give it a moment. It is pulling detailed volume data from the server. It has to walk back through the trades and bucket every one of them by price. That is why this takes a little longer than a moving average. And there it is. Noroview has drawn a histogram for each of the most recent trading days. Look at the shape of it. It is not flat, and it is nowhere near random. There are prices where an enormous amount of volume piled up, and there are prices where almost nothing traded at all. Those bulges and those gaps are the whole game. Two things jump straight out of a profile, and both are drawn for you. The first is that single longest bar. That is the point of control, written POC. It is the price with the most volume in the session. Think of it as the fairest price. The one both sides agreed to trade at the most. Noroview marks it with a solid line running through the profile. The second is the shaded band around it. That is the value area. It is the range that holds the bulk of the session's volume. In the settings, you can see it is set to 70%, which is the standard. So 70% of everything that traded inside that band. Bars outside it are dimmed, so accepted value pops out visually. Together, they give you a clean read on where value actually sits. Price tends to rotate inside the value area and react at its edges. And the POC behaves like a magnet and a pivot. Above it, buyers are paying up. Below it, sellers are pressing. Now, what does each profile actually cover? That is your choice. Open the indicator settings and go to Sessions. The mode dropdown gives you daily, weekly, monthly on-screen, and anchored. Daily builds a fresh profile for every trading day. That is the intraday default. Weekly and monthly give you the bigger, slower structural levels. On-screen profiles whatever is currently in view as one single profile, and anchored lets you drop a profile over one specific move you care about. A big rally, a new spike, or a whole consolidation range. Underneath that, there is profiles to draw, which is how far back it builds. It ships at the newest 3 sessions to keep it quick. Or tick all visible sessions and it profiles everything on screen. Let me do that so we can see the full structure. Same tool, different lens, depending on your time frame. Now here is the high value one, and it is my favorite thing in this indicator. Naked POCs. When a session ends, its point of control is left sitting there on the chart. If price never comes back and trades through that level, it is naked, unfinished business. A price the market agreed on and then walked away from. And markets have a habit of coming back to tag them. In the settings, under Style, and then Extras, there is a naked POC switch. It is on by default and the description tells you exactly what it does. Extend a finished session's POC forward until price trades through it. So look at the chart now. Every one of those levels that is still untouched is projected forward for you. That dashed line running out to the right edge is a naked POC. There is one sitting above the current price and one below it. You did not draw either of them. Volume drew them. They make excellent targets and excellent places to expect a reaction. When you see price drifting toward a naked POC, pay attention, 2 more shapes to learn, and then you can read any profile. A fat part of the profile is a high volume node. That is a price the market accepted and fought over for a long time. Plenty of business, two-sided, and nobody could push it away quickly. Those tend to act as support and resistance and to slow price right down. A thin part is a low volume node. A gap in the histogram. That is a price the market rejected. It traded through and nobody wanted to stay. And here is the useful part. Price moves fast through low volume gaps. There is very little sitting there to stop it, so moves accelerate. So you trade toward the high volume nodes and expect speed through the gaps. That single idea will change how you read a chart. And if you hover any level in the profile, Noroview opens an inspector. Total volume at that price, the delta, the buying, the selling, the trade count. And down near the bottom of that box, AVO, that is the volume at the level, divided by the number of candles that traded there. It is per visit volume. How much size went through each time price was here? A level with a high AVO got hit hard and fast, rather than slowly grinding. Noroview draws a line on the standouts so you can spot them at a glance. So let me put the whole thing together. Use the POC and the value area to know where value is sitting right now. Trade toward the high volume nodes because that is where price wants to go. Expect speed through the low volume gaps between them. And watch the naked POCs as magnets above and below the current price. Layer all of that on top of a footprint chart and you have a complete map. Where the market has been and where it is likely to want to go next. In the next video, I will use these levels to find support and resistance. Everything you just saw runs in your browser. The link is in the description. And if you want the full order flow toolkit, there is a 7-day free trial. That link is in the description too. Subscribe and I will see you in the next one.